name is Andrea Capere, and you're watching Mission Nonprofit. Each month, we connect with local organizations and agencies that are making a positive impact in our communities. As the weather warms up, our feline friends might be a little more mischievous than usual. We've invited Tom Otto from Canopy Cat Rescue to talk about keeping your kitty out of harm's way. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Andrea.
So it seems like an interesting interest for an arborist to have, rescuing cats. Can you tell us how you and Sean got started?
Well, you know, Andrea, every arborist, tree climber at some point in their career is probably going to get asked to rescue a cat. Now, this happened for Sean and I, but it wasn't that frequent. We started doing this more and more, and we decided that, you know, we didn't want to do it for money. It wasn't about, to us, it was never a business plan, first of all, to rescue cats, but it was also never something that we wanted to profit off of. And so once we started doing that, we got a little media attention from some local newspaper up north, and then people started to find out about us. And next thing you know, we were starting to get called all the time. So it seems more like less like an interest and more like a calling for us, where we feel like, you know, we're here to provide a service.
And it seems like you're no stranger to television. You had a television show on Animal Planet?
That's correct. Yeah, I think it was in 2015, right? Yeah, we got to film 10 episodes with Animal Planet, and it was really fun having a crew follow us around, and you know, they got to see what it's really like to rescue a cat, and we got to share that with a lot of people. And one of the greatest things about it, and we're talking about this earlier, but one of the greatest things is that we found there are a lot of kids that really like the show, and we ran across some YouTube footage of some kids pretending like they were us, and so that was just really awesome. We were thrilled to see that.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
So can you share a little bit about that satisfying moment of rescuing a cat?
So rescuing cats, you know, people sometimes go, what? You rescue cats out of trees? And cats will climb down, right? And oftentimes they don't, and they stay up for a really long time. And people get really frantic. I mean, this is a family member, right? This is somebody that they hear crying outside outside, and they sometimes when we're talking to them on the phone, you can really hear they're really upset. So to go and get that cat down and hand it back over to them, and it really is awesome. It makes us feel great. It makes us feel like we're superheroes. And oftentimes we joke about, well, we're not really rescuing cats so much as we are rescuing people, because it really does feel like we're solving some problem for people. So.
How often do you receive calls?
Oh, every day. Today, I think we've probably had 3 calls. Sean is headed on a rescue either tonight or tomorrow morning in Everett. We're doing cat rescues all the time. I have a full-time job, so I can't do them during the day, but I'll after work, and then on the weekends I'm doing cat rescues, and yeah, I think we're at 130 for the year so far.
So you're based in the North Puget Sound and South Puget Sound, and yet you've gotten this national attention. What has that done for your popularity and your?
It really did boost. We were getting about 200 so calls, or 200 so rescues a year, and after the TV show, that bumped up to more like 400 calls. I shouldn't say that 400 rescues. We probably get another 160 to 180 phone calls where either the cat comes down or somehow the situation gets resolved without us showing up.
Let's see a Canopy Cat Rescue in action.
I think these are Sean, some footage of Sean.
And our first rescue of 2017 goes to Pickles here.
Grab some stuff here. Need some things, don't need some other things.
Hi, sweet girl. Your family misses you.
Are you gonna be okay for me? What do you think?
Your mama said a coyote chased you up there.
Hey! Hey! I'm here! Hi, good girl.
She's been stuck in this tree for 13 days, her owner said. It's been really, really super cold. There's lots of snow out here. I can't believe she's doing so well.
Hi, pretty girl. Oh my gosh. I'm out of the tree.
I love that end shot with the kitty back at home with their family. Can you walk us through what's the process once you get a call from that frantic family member?
So we really, we talk them down a little bit right away. Oftentimes we can tell they're, if they're really upset. And we first of all just let them know it's going to be okay, and that no matter what, somebody will probably be able to get out and get their cat down. We need to ask them a whole lot of questions to find out what really what the situation really is, or what their situation really is, and just the information that helps us prioritize whether or not we need to respond right away or we can wait a little bit. We ask them things like, how long has the cat been stuck for? If it's only been stuck for a few minutes, we like to let cats have some time to think about it. Maybe they come down on their own. Some of them will. We like to find out what the temperament of the cat is. So we ask them, is the cat friendly? What happens when people come over to your house that are strangers to the cat? Does it run and hide, or does it come out and want to immediately meet them? Those kinds of questions are really telling for what we might experience once we get up in the tree. So we need to know stuff like where the tree is too. Is it on their property or is it on the neighbor's property? All important. We don't want to trespass. And then we really just get a sense of where they're located and how urgent it is for them that rescue happens immediately. Some people are a little indifferent and they're okay waiting for a little bit to see if the cat can figure out how to get down on its own. And then also sometimes the cat's only stuck 20 feet and they just need to get a ladder and go get the cat. And they call us because we're easy, and so we really need to try to figure out whether or not we should respond right away and take time away from our families and stuff to go help somebody get their cat down, or if it's something we can wait on a little bit. But lots of questions.
So when does it become urgent to rescue a cat?
We sometimes get called about cats that have been stuck for 10, 11, 12. We had one cat that had been stuck for 16 days, and clearly that puts a whole new spin on it. Quite honestly, I can't believe that cats can survive that long in a tree, and for that long, it's just they're stuck up there. I don't know what they're doing for food or water. I know that we sometimes are a little skeptical that people tell us extra days to try to get us to come out sooner, but once we see these cats, they're just a bag of bones. They're just really skinny, and so those are the situations that would get us to go drop what we're doing and head out. Even a few days, though, a cat can have issues, and I think getting out there, getting the cat help after 24 hours is really kind of important. Mm-hmm. At least to start to think about it.
Mm-hmm. Can you share with us one of your more harrowing rescues that had a happy ending?
Yeah, so as I was going over these questions, I was thinking about, trying to think of a really good one to share with you, and I even asked Sean about it. Like, Sean, what do you remember one that and the answer is we have so many that are kind of harrowing, and but really what makes a rescue scary, and this is a great one was one that they filmed for the TV show on Animal Planet. The cat's name was Promeo, and what made Promeo's rescue really dangerous was that, or more dangerous, was that it was at night, it was raining, and it was windy. And usually you talk to any tree climber and they're not excited about climbing a tree in the wind and rain and at night. And so Promeo's rescue was one where I decided to go and get the cat, and sometimes we'll leave them if it's really dangerous for us. But yeah, that was rewarding too, because I was able to give their cat back, and it was tears and hugs and good times. So.
And how long was Promeo in that tree?
For, I think it was 3 or 4 days, maybe. I forget. But that one is caught on the, was filmed. So it's a fun one to go back and watch.
So it's important to note that the work that you do is strictly volunteer. Do you accept donations? Are there ways that the community can support your work?
Yeah, we just recently became a 501c3, so we're just learning about being a nonprofit and how to help find ways to help support this work. We do love to get donations from rescues. We understand that sometimes we don't know who owns the cat, so the people that are calling, we're not asking them to fork over money because it's not their cat. We do like it if we can get gas money sometimes at least, but we'll get people's cats whether they have money or not. And really, I tell people that all the time. If you're really strapped, don't worry about it. Maybe you can donate later. We have an online donation. We sell merchandise, or I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it now because we're a nonprofit, but we may be giving gifts for donations in the future. We're not. We're going to look at grant opportunities too. So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
And you said that there might be a calendar, or there had been a calendar.
Yeah, I think we made a calendar a couple of years ago, and I think we've had a lot of requests for a calendar. So we're hoping that maybe we can make another one and try.
These are photos of the rescued.
These
kitties?
we put photos of the rescue kitties. We try to tell a little story of the rescue too. So there's something to read on the month and. But we're hoping maybe we can do that for a fundraiser.
And where do your rescues take place?
Geographically,
Yeah.
or so Sean lives in Woodinville and I live in Olympia here, and so I handle most of the South Sound rescues from maybe Renton south, and Sean does most of the North Sound rescues. We occasionally will go out to Kitsap area. We just kind of, whoever gets the call, if we can go do it.
Any plans on expanding beyond this
We
region?
we need help, even in this area. We can handle the rescues right now, but there's just two of us doing it. And we're looking at trying to figure out ways, maybe some cat rescue symposium where we can get people together and try to, show people how we do it. And maybe recruit some new folks for Canopy Cat Rescue, and certainly nationally it would be great to have some other folks. We get calls for cats all around the country, as you might guess, and so we're constantly trying to figure out who can do a cat rescue in Florida,
So this is a pretty unusual thing that you do, and there is obviously a need for it.
Yes, yeah, and like I mentioned before, lots of tree climbers will do cat rescues. They just will get one every once in a while, and we love it when tree climber, other folks can do these rescues, and we encourage them to do them for donations because we think it's just such a great way to, to feel like you're giving back. It's fulfilling too. So.
And speaking of fulfilling, you had mentioned earlier about kids coming across, you'd come across a YouTube video of kids acting out a scenario. Tell us the most rewarding part.
Oh, really, for me, personally, I love handing the cat back to the people. And also it's really special when the cat, and there's a quick bond, or we become friends in the tree, and it's like, hey, I realize you're here to get me, and I'm going to be nice to you, and that's really nice too. But really handing the cat back to the cat owner or the 14-year-old, that's been missing their special friend, and so yeah, that's the best part.
I was just watching a video prior to our interview here, and a cat was really just like meow hissing. How do you calm that cat down in the tree?
Boy, we've learned some techniques over the years to help calm cats. Sean and I have rescued, we think we've estimated about 2,000 cats in the since we kind of started. And being able to read the body language of the cat is really crucial. We oftentimes, some of the questions we ask are, is the cat meowing? What's it doing? And if it's not meowing, it sometimes is an indication that it's maybe a feral or a stray cat that isn't going to let us get close to it. Some of the difficult ones, we have a net that we can try to get the cat in the net. It's really hard, as you can imagine, in a tree. Well, getting a cat in a net on the ground is, probably hard. We have bite-proof gloves that sometimes we can use, or bite-resistant gloves to help handle a cat that may be, being aggressive. We just really don't like to be bitten, so we do our best to try to avoid, getting injured.
Yeah, can't blame them. They're scared too.
Yeah, right. We try to think that, like, they're not really mad at us, and we're not taking it personal. We're yeah.
You're there to help.
We're there to help, and we're really, so.
Well, we just have a few minutes left, and of course, I want to know, do you have any cats at home?
Yes, we have a rescue cat at home. Her name is Agnes, and her tail is all crooked. It's really cute. Yep, just one, and we have a rescue dog too.
How old is she? What's she look
Agnes
like?
is she's 6 or 7 maybe, and she's a calico.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're
for coming.
welcome. Thanks for having me out.
That's all we have for you. You can see Mission Nonprofit on Channel 77 on Sundays at 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays at 7 p.m., Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., and Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. You can also catch us online at tcmedia.org. See you next time.